centuries ago, 3 beasts were transported from their native lands to my faraway world. Here they were granted astounding powers and eternal youth. Then returned to Earth. Their mission, to watch over the human race, helping the good in it to survive and flourish. In the course of history, their names have become legend. Hercules, empowered with the strength of 100 men. Astrea, able to assume any living form. Mercury, the amazing athlete who can match the speed of light. Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, your agent of animated awesome, X7. Today is Monday, and that means it's time for a review of the young Space Sentinels, or just the Space Sentinels as they're credited here momentarily. Today's episode is called Commander Nemo, and as you can guess, it's a little, they're going to use someone, I don't know if you'd call him an ecological terrorist, but he believes strongly in what he's going to do. As we're about to see, Channel 4 news helicopter is flying over Kathleen Barnes and David Wise. I don't know if they have tutored by David Wise was tutored by as an American television animation writer, tutored by writers such as Ursula K. Le Guin, Frank Herbert, Harlan Ellison, and Theodore Sturgeon. Yeah. So we're seeing this here now. I missed the my first point I wanted to make here. That's the cleanest oil you'll ever see in an ocean. And whoa, what's that? That's some monster there, isn't it? I don't know if it's even explained, but so here we have, there we go, Huck and Len. Now, if it had been me writing it or saying, let's make that Huck and Tom just to be cute, but really.
Appears to have blown itself out with no help from human hands.
About as non-human hands as we can imagine. All right, there we go. Let's skip ahead a little bit.
You finished with your annual refurbishing?
Yeah, I'm all refitted with new parts, and I feel like a new robot.
So we got some comedy relief, of course, to plug up some time. Once again, Mo. We just don't know why Mo is in love. In love with Astrea. But in 1978, nobody was looking, right?
You're on. I'd go get some popcorn, but I have a feeling this is going to be over in about 5 seconds.
Okay, ready, Mo? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
He's lucky he didn't strip his gears. Mo has the strength of a Keebler elf.
Well, I was wrong. It only took him 3 seconds.
Poor Mo. You'd think he'd have learned by now.
Uh-oh. So, naturally, we got an earthquake. This episode here was first shown on November 5th, 1977. Not quite a year. Well, a year ago, yes. 40, let me do some math here, 47 years ago?
You mean it was capped for them?
Apparently. By whom? Monitoring incoming message via orbiting communication satellite.
Polluters of planet Earth.
There's Captain Nemo.
Commander Nemo.
Commander Nemo. Oops.
For too many years you have dumped your pollutants into our rivers and oceans, but no more. This was the Benville Chemical Company as it looked yesterday. Today, thanks to me, it is gone. Let this be a warning to you all. Either stop your factories and refineries from poisoning the globe.
Well, I agree with his sentiments, but the way he goes about it is not good. It's bad. So,
Reveals a Commander Nemo, who was an ecological scientist.
What do you mean, was?
2 years ago, he and his Neptune Society disappeared on an ocean-going expedition. Presumably they were lost at sea.
Guess what? They were not. But so our team's going after Commander Nemo. There's his sidekick.
Are you feeling all right? You look a little strange.
Nonsense. I've never felt better. Now, what can I do for you?
We've just learned of 2 oil tankers in mid-ocean collision. A perfect opportunity for the maiden voyage of the Argonaut.
Good. Send the Argonaut out at once.
Yes, sir.
So something is wrong with Commander Nemo. That's the main thing. Before we get too much further into this, while we see whirlpools and things and our heroes go to rescue the rescuees, please like, share, subscribe, vote in the poll, leave a comment. If you're watching, wherever you're watching or listening, please listen for at least a couple minutes longer than you normally would. Really would help the algorithm, and I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you all have already got your big bowl of hummus of perfection and your favorite delivery system. And we'll get back into the cartoon. It's nice to see this set underwater. They either use a wave glass that makes you think it's underwater, but there's no bubbles or other fish anywhere. But there's the Argonaut. It's a nice looking sub. Uh-oh. That sounds like Aquaman's commands to come in for fish, both in the Super Friends and the Filmation 60s Aquaman.
Why is Astria swinging farther and farther away?
I don't know, but she's okay as long as we can follow her blip.
Uh-oh. They can't follow her blip anymore. And Blip's probably one of the few cartoon monkeys I can stand. That would be from Space Ghost, of course. Sorry, Lil. Had to mention Space Ghost. But as you'll see, there's that monster that I'm assuming that Nemo created.
Yes or no?
With a few minor adjustments, affirmative.
All right, let's get on it.
Roger, Dodger!
Jeez. Did they even... I don't even know if their spaceship has a name or their headquarters. I mean, do they live there all the time? Do they ever go out into the world? They're pretty... they speak pretty colloquial English and seem to be hip to the times, at least. And there's Nemo's base, which is a dome. They've done a good job. You'd think it would be home to a lot of people. I don't know how many people there are in there. It's not really said.
The Argonaut clears the oil spill and the wreckage perfectly. Wait, there's a life form on board. Poor thing. Must have gotten caught in the suction.
Where am I?
You are in Oceanus, my dear. And you shall never leave.
Whoa, ho, ho. I mean, obviously he's, it's shown that there's some mental problem. He has some issues, and he's got a chair that helps him think. But there's a lot of volcanoes in this episode. Well, 2. But an abandoned volcano or a extinct volcano is always a great hideout. Just ask any number of James Bond villains or Dr. Evil. Get on with it. Oh, now we're going to go meet.
In the world did you change like that before?
Just a little sleight of fin. Now you answer one. Who are you and what is this place?
I'm Tiana Nasruddin.
The missing oil heiress?
Yes, but that's all behind me now. Here in Oceanus, I work for the purity of the seas.
Then you must be part of the Neptune Society.
That's correct.
And this could be a Neptune disaster, if you will. Which, for those of you that don't know it, it was a movie See if it pulls up Neptune Factor, uh, an undersea odyssey. I think I saw that in the theater of all things as the Neptune disaster for 1973. Yeah, it just had giant fish in it. The poster's really cool. It's also called the Neptune Factor. I may have seen it once since then. I'd kind of like to see it again. It's got a lot of good people in it. Walter Pidgeon, Yvette Mignot, Ernest Borgnine. So, but I wonder if you can. Let's see if I can find it to watch.
The brain enhancer will lift my spirits.
Let's go back here and hear that.
Commander Nemo, and see for yourself what a wonderful man he is.
She's a little brainwashed, isn't she?
Domino, my friend.
Domino.
I'm not feeling my best. Perhaps the brain enhancer will lift my
What the hell is this thing? It's got octopus parts, it's got squid parts, and it's got a frog face. Kind of a frog face with teeth. I'll have to ask Agent Frog if they actually have teeth. But I wonder where you can watch this. Let's see. Videos. Oh, you can watch it on YouTube. All right. Okay.
Commander Nemo,
I digressed, though, didn't I?
well, our first visitor from the outside world.
So that brain machine is what's making Captain Nemo have a bit of a disassociative mentality.
He is a mutant, genetically deformed by man's pollution. Since his fellow creatures are frightened of him, I am his only friend. And what
Okay, so he's a mutant due to mutated by pollution, not really born a mutant. But what on earth? I mean, in today, a cartoon made today would be terrifying. It's a great design for a monster, though. I mean, they don't even call him a monster. He's just kind of misunderstood and as a bad friend.
learn anything? There! Princess Astria and Prince Domino, a perfect match. Do you think I'm fool enough to allow a sentinel to foil my plans to clean up the filthy mess humanity has made of this world? No, 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 my dear. You are going to help me wipe the world's biggest oil.
So he's taking control of Astria.
I didn't believe you.
And now the Sentinels have found.
Something.
The suction from Oceanus is too powerful.
More power, S1.
We are at maximum thrust.
Why is S1 shaking?
Crystals are in danger of shattering.
Oh, okay.
More power.
His projection crystals. And he just vibrated out, winked out of existence. Sorry, S1.
Your friends blew out their engines trying to escape. We'll give it a fitting burial at sea, just like the oil tankers. Hey,
What is this thing?
I've never seen it before.
I don't like the looks of it. S1, can you give us a scan?
Scanning. Object is brainwave amplifier that enables Nemo to control the minds of others.
Of course, Astria's wearing that crown.
So there we go. It's a brainwave amplifier. Looks like the Chief's chair from the Doom Patrol. Or one of Professor Xavier's chairs from the X-Men. He had several that kind of floated after he got rid of it. The Chief, as far as I know, never had a floaty chair. I know people think that the Doom Patrol or the X-Men, well, they came out like within months of each other. I personally think the Doom Patrol was a copy of the Fantastic Four rather than the X-Men, because there's a strong guy, an Elastic Girl, the original Elastic Girl, a guy that can fly but only for a limited amount of time, the Negative Man, and Robot Man's a cranky, strong guy, and then the Chief, who is invisible most of the time.
I've done that,
Now I remember. Domino's going to blow up an oil refinery.
and you can't stop him.
Well, and we hope that they can, right? So this is one of the first times we ever see how fast Mercury actually can be. And that's an actual seal. No ears, small fins. Different than a sea lion, which has ears and large fins. Yes, there is your pinniped education for the day. Boy, he zooms. And Herc, they have these great. All they need to put on is these helmets. I mean, he should be able to handle underwater pressure like Aquaman, as with the super strength he has. Mercury, I don't know. Maybe they're treated for that stuff, but I don't know how deep underground they are. But Oceanus is about to go kaboom. It's a nice. It's a. I don't know if that's the Argonaut. There's a classic filmation explosion.
That's what I call cutting it close.
There it is.
There he is. Smart animal too, because he shouldn't be under anybody's control now. Let's see. Does she stay in the form of a seal? Seals look like little tubes of sausage with fins, well, big tubes, and they don't move around very well on land. But boy, can they swim! That is one gigantic man o' war. I think she should have turned into an octopus. They would have had more control over their tentacles.
No, how to thank you?
Just carry on your research, Tiana.
Dun, dun,
Despite
dun.
Nemo's illness, a lot of his work could be valuable in the worldwide fight against pollution.
I know, and we'll keep up that fight, especially by working to get stronger anti-pollution laws passed. And with Domino's training, he'll be a great help to us in undersea projects. But what will happen to Commander Nemo?
We'll see that he gets the best medical attention possible.
Now, what the heck accent was that? That I couldn't even tell what her name was off the top of my head. But what the heck accent was that? All right. Well, that is our episode for today. It's I liked it. It's got a good message. It wasn't overly preachy, but I was always, even as a kid, after seeing Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster at age 8 or 7, probably 7, I was decidedly anti-pollution because I knew what could happen. So, my fellow agents, that is the 8th episode of the Young Space Sentinels. We are over halfway through. We're going to start thinking about the next cartoon series to review. I've got an idea what it should be because I'd like to finish up certain Star Spangled Avengers appearances without the Marvel ones. Although I did just get a Blu-ray of the first Avenger, and I know you can't see me do air quotes, but tough darts. But be that as it may, this just until our next assignment. Where did this go here? Does this play? Okay, until our next assignment. This is X7 signing off.